Good morning and welcome to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. I'm Sean DeKnight, and Sheriff, the kids are counting down to summer.
I bet they are. Sean, it's one of those times of year that we all get a little bit antsy about what takes place. Obviously, the summer months are the time when the kids are out. The daylight lasts a much longer time.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that's also the time the kids get in trouble.
Yeah.
And in fact, our shootings go up in the summer. The ebb and flow back and forth. Fights occur in the summer. And we're hoping this year we can get ahead of that in some respects with some of the organizations we have in our community.
Yes.
And just trying to educate our kids about just staying out of trouble, staying out of in situations where they can put themselves at harm's way.
Right.
And one thing I talk about all the time is having the parents having a plan, a summer plan.
Yes.
For how they're going to interact with their kids and have those kids interact within the community. And quite honestly, my belief is my parents made sure that summer wasn't a break from education.
Right, that's right.
You were still working on all your homework. So I'm hopeful that we can have some conversations today that bring some light on the issue, and at the same time try to educate our community about what can and can't be done, and what some of the resources are that's out there, what some of the programs that are out there that they can utilize in our community to keep our kids safe.
Yeah, my mama used to say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. So we got to keep the kids busy. And we've got the expert in the building today, Cecka Green with the Children's Services Council, telling us about all those elements that are important over the summer and how to reach them.
Oh man, we are so proud of Cecka and the work that she's doing. This community did one great thing. We've done a lot of good things, but one great thing was to create the Children's Services Council and making Cecka Green the person in charge. And we're excited about hearing from her about what our next steps are.
Yes, well, we've got a lot to unpack today, so she's going to talk about the importance of not having that summer slide and keeping kids engaged, and what resources are out there for parents. So
we're looking forward to that.
A lot to look in today. Well, you want to be sure to stay around, how your tax dollars are keeping kids safe and smart this summer. Stay tuned.
Good morning. This is Sergeant Sean Edwards with the Leon County Sheriff's Office Recruiting Unit, and this is your Safety Tip Tuesday.
With hurricane season quickly approaching, it's important to create an evacuation plan. Here are some tips in case of an emergency evacuation. Discuss with your family meeting points both within your neighborhood and outside of it. This is crucial if family members get separated during an evacuation. Account for the needs of family members with special requirements, such as medications, mobility issues, or dietary restrictions. Do not forget to include your pets into your evacuation plans. Don't forget to pack food, medicine, and other necessities for your pets. Try to regularly monitor weather updates through local news, the radio, or weather apps.
And that was your Safety Tip. Have a nice day.
A 19-second conversation with a stranger online can put your child in danger of being exploited or abused.
Talking to kids about online safety can protect us for a lifetime. Don't wait. Talk to us today.
Welcome back. Every child deserves a safe and enriching environment to learn, grow, and thrive, especially during the summer months. Today, we're joined by Executive Director of the Children's Services Council, Cecka Green. Cecka, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Tell us about all the things you guys are doing there.
Oh my goodness, CSC Leon has been going fast and furious since we were established. in May of 21. So the voters approved the
Yes.
establishment of the
Thank
council
God
in
for that.
November of 2020, and the council was seated in May of 21. And I was fortunate enough to be chosen as the first executive director, and I started January of 22. And we have been moving fast ever since. And it's just apropos that we're talking about summer, because that was the first funding we did, was for summer of
Okay.
22, coming out of COVID, understanding that there were children that now needed safe places where they could be while parents went back to work. And we have consistently funded summer programming every year since.
So Cecka, why is that so important? Sean and I were talking about that a moment ago, but why is it so important in the summer?
So I am the daughter of an educator,
Okay.
and she did not believe that my sister and I had idle minds, which is what Shonda said, during the summer. And while it is 2 to 3 months where kids look at it as a vacation from academics, parents must look at it as an opportunity to not only keep their children engaged and active, but also help them from losing the many things that they learn during the school year. So at CSC Leon, we focus on funding programs that not only have that fun component and that exercise and that art and creativity, but also look at how do you enhance the academic and learning piece as well.
So how does the Children's Services Council engage with the parents to prevent those summer slides, as we call those? What specific things are you guys doing at the council that's focused on those parents?
So with the needs assessment that we did, that was actually finished in June of 22, and we're actually coming up on looking at how to update that, what we know is that parent engagement tends to be very low, particularly in the target communities where we focus. So 32301, 04, 03, 07, 10, 12. And it is not because they don't want to be engaged. It's because many of them are working 2, sometimes 3 jobs. And so they're not able to engage with their children and the children's school as we would like. So in the summer programming that we fund, a parent engagement component must be a part of what they do. In order to have been considered and then they receive that funding. And that can happen in a lot of different ways. It can be parent and family dinner nights. It can be parent and counselor conferences. It can be emails. We know technology is big, so emails, texting. So we allow them to be creative to determine what would be their best method to engage the parent. We also ask for parents to sign permission for those programs, specifically the ones that will be year-round programs, to have access to the children's report cards and their progress monitoring, so that those counselors that are employed with those programs have the ability to see how the child is progressing, and if there are additional tools or additional activities that need to be put in place or resources to which that child needs to be connected, they can work with the parents to get that done.
Okay. Resources. Real quickly, about a minute we've got left here. How are those organizations that receive funding and are out there, talk about some of their successes, the organizations that receive funding from the council?
We have seen a lot of success, and so I will tell you our initial funding for the summer in 22 was literally about getting children out of the house and into programming. And so we funded about 30 programs and helped about 13,000 families, if you can believe that. When we moved into the next funding cycle, we upped the ante and said that our programs needed to run at least 4 weeks. So we looked at dosage and duration. And we upped it even more this summer, where we're going 6 weeks, making sure they have meals, making sure that their assessments done at the beginning and end of the camp, so that we know where those children start and end. We know that parents with children who participate in our camps are highly satisfied, and they have said that many of their children did not have that learning loss that they normally have, and in fact were more prepared to go back to school in the fall.
Wow, fantastic. I am just blown away by the job you guys do. Thank you, Cecka. Coming up, how the Children's Services Council is helping families prepare for the next school year and what the future holds for this voter-created council. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Hey everybody, it's gonna be just plain hot out there.
In 70-degree weather, it takes only minutes for the inside of your car to heat up like an oven. At 104 degrees, heat stroke begins, followed by loss of consciousness. Every year, almost 40 children die of heat stroke after being forgotten in a vehicle. A simple change in daily routine is often the cause. Look before you lock. Brought to you by Kids in Cars.
Another teenager, victim to fake pills. That smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be this easy?
Yeah, bro, I'm picking up. Same guy. I bet. Got you 5.
Think these pills are tested and safe? Think they're the same ones you get from a doctor? You know they're not. Did you know that fake prescription pills may contain fentanyl? And an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. Listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real.
At the Florida Sheriff's Association, we are able to serve our sheriffs and Floridians thanks to our members' support. The FSA Member Perks program was created to give back to our members for all that they do. Members enjoy savings on restaurants, vacations, golf courses, car rentals, healthcare, movie tickets, theme parks, online shopping, and more. With over 300,000 offers, you'll always find ways to save. To learn more or to join the Florida Sheriff's Association, visit fsamemberperks.org.
We're back with Executive Director of the Children's Services Council talking about a year-round support for kids for summer months. Cecka, talk about the programs you all provide for kids during the summer months and how well that's working.
Yes, so summer has become one of our flagship efforts because we know that that is a time when, of course, kids are out of school, but more importantly, parents are struggling to figure out where their kids will be while they work. Kids are off for the summer from school, but parents are not off from work. And so this year in particular, we looped in our mentorship programs to fund not only programs that will happen in the summer, but also programs that will become after school programs or out of school time programs during the year. So we funded this summer 13 programs that will run through the summer, and 7 of them will move into after school programs. And the idea is that when the child starts in the summer, they continue throughout the year, which allows us to follow them and really look at how the programs are impacting their behavior, impacting their performance, academically, socially, physically, and emotionally. So we are really looking forward to seeing how that data is going to come out. We know that the more that a child has at least one person not related to them involved in their life, they tend to do better. So we have seen, like I said, very good outcomes with our past summer programs with satisfaction, improvement, knowing that kids are not losing their learning as they go into the fall. And on another note, the summer feeding is an issue too. So that's why we require that our camps have 2 meals, so breakfast and lunch, as well as a snack. So when those kids get home, all the parents have to do is worry about feeding them for dinner and then getting them off to bed. So we really work on evolving and making it better each and every time that we look at what we're doing for the summer.
You talked about the parents and you talked about the educational component of it. What about just having fun?
Yes, just having fun. My husband Marvin and I are parents to 3 that are now young adults. The youngest is 18. And I can remember during the summer they would always say, Mom, can we please be somewhere where we can have some fun? And the beauty about these camps is that they roll that academic and learning and enrichment piece into the fun that the children have. They don't even realize that they are getting those nuggets and getting that support that's going to help them in school. We have arts camps, we have music camps, we have athletic camps, we have camps for life skills development. So it really, really runs the gambit. And then we also have these centers called family resource centers that can infuse themselves into the parents that need a little extra support. And we have a center at Cross Creek, which is off of St. Augustine, and the new one we opened out in Fort Braden, where we know that there are limited resources. So really we're trying to design a continuum of care for our children and families such that when they are conceived, there's help and assistance there all the way until they get into post-high school and into their career.
Wow. I mean, I'm blown away by what you guys are doing, but how about how does a caregiver or a parent find out that information about those programs you guys are putting on?
So we did a summer expo. This is the second year, third year, I guess, we've done that. And that was in March. But our website contains all of the information on how to access the 13 entities that we funded for this summer. So if you visit cscleon, LEON.org, you can get access to all of those programs, click on those links, know how to apply, get that information in so that you can access having your child participate. Let me also say that our funded programs are free of charge to those parents whose children participate, or a very, very low participation fee to maybe cover a t-shirt or something.
Now we've
like
got
that
about 40 seconds left. Talk about the taxpayer dollars. This was paid for by taxpayers, so yes. Tell them why and why it's so important.
It is important. So we use ad valorem taxes, and this community voted to tax themselves additionally to help fund programs like this, in addition to perinatal navigation programs, family resource program, mentoring, behavioral health, family supports. So our community said, we want to invest more, and we want an organization that can bring it all together. And that is what we have been working to do over these last almost 4 years.
Thanks, Cecka. Up next in our Deputy on Duty, carrying the torch for Special Olympics. Why this annual event is so important to one of LCSO's lieutenants. Stay tuned.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
Little everyday conversations about the dangers of underage drinking can make a big difference in a child's life. Talk, they hear you.
Another teenager, victim to fake pills. That smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be this easy? Did you know that fake prescription pills may contain fentanyl, and an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal? Before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real.
Human trafficking is slavery.
And it happens all over America.
Any child, any woman, any man could potentially become a victim of human trafficking.
I am a victim of labor trafficking.
I was a victim of child sex trafficking, but now I own my body.
Human trafficking is any kind of forced labor.
It can happen to anybody.
I am a mother.
I am an author.
I am a son.
I'm an advocate.
I am an educator.
I'm a sister.
I am a brother.
I'm so much more than what happened to me.
I am strong.
I am brave.
I am outspoken.
I am compassionate.
I am a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor of human trafficking.
On this episode of Deputy on Duty, the Leon County Sheriff's Office is running with heart for a cause that goes the distance.
So the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics occurred here last Thursday on the Capitol, and it symbolizes the Capital City run with all of our statewide and local law enforcement agencies participating in it. It goes to benefit Special Olympics athletes all over the state.
The Law Enforcement Torch Run is an annual event that the Leon County Sheriff's Office is always eager to support.
Each year, the campaign is we sell the Law Enforcement Torch Run shirts, and those, even if you can't get out and physically run or come and participate, buying a shirt, all proceeds go directly back to the program. We don't charge administrative fees or anything like that. All of the money raised from the shirt, the merchandise sales of t-shirts, hats, challenge coins, those are all things that help fund this program.
This annual event goes beyond just a run. It serves as a demonstration of support for a cause that is dear to many people's hearts.
To see all of the law enforcement, all of the different agencies, both sworn and civilian, when you see all those people come together for this event, for this day, for this purpose, we are all unified.
For Lieutenant Wallace, this isn't just a tradition, it's personal. His connection to the Special Olympics starts at home.
For me, my daughter Michaela, who will be turning 25 in June, she started participating in Special Olympics when she was in the 3rd grade. And so for all those years, I guess when I do the math, for the last 22 years, I've been involved in some way, shape, or form with Special Olympics, whether it be coaching or my new role as the Region 3 director of the Law Enforcement Torch Run.
For law enforcement, bearing the torch goes beyond mere duty. It's an honor.
We know it as the flame of hope. So law enforcement, we're the guardians of that flame until it reaches to its final destination of our statewide games down in Orlando, Florida.
While the run may be over, the state games are about to begin.
So the statewide games is basically our statewide Olympics for our intellectually disabled community.
The Torch Run serves as one example of LCSO's support for Special Olympics Florida. Additionally, we were thrilled to bring back the highly anticipated Texas Roadhouse Tip-A-Cop event this year, benefiting the Special Olympics Florida.
Our Tip-A-Cop that we held with Texas Roadhouse was just outstanding. We had not had a Tip-A-Cop event since before the pandemic. So this is our first one after the pandemic. We look forward to having many, many more. Texas Roadhouse is an absolute superstar partner, community partner with us. So we are very, very happy that we're able to do that again.
This event has grown tremendously since its inception, and we can't wait to see what's next for these athletes.
Yeah, I've seen it grow in ways that I never would imagine. 22 years ago, our athletes would have to travel to Orlando on a school bus, which is nothing wrong with a school bus, but now we're moving our athletes in charter buses. We're able to escort these athletes there and back and secure their safety.
If you're interested in supporting the Special Olympics Florida, reach out to Lieutenant Wallace today by visiting leoncountyso.com. For Leon County Today, I'm Giovanni Hampton.
life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Download the Leon County Sheriff's Office mobile app right now. Our mobile app makes it easier than ever to report a crime and get important safety alerts. And follow reported crimes in your neighborhood, all in one convenient location in the palm of your hands. Download LCSO Connect right now. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching LCSO Connect. You can more details about the features of the app on our website, leoncountyso.com.
Hey everybody, it's gonna be just plain hot out there.
In 70-degree weather, it takes only minutes for the inside of your car to heat up like an oven. At 104 degrees, heat stroke begins, followed by loss of consciousness. Every year, almost 40 children die of heat stroke after being forgotten in a vehicle. A simple change in daily routine is often the cause. Look before you lock. Brought to you by Kids in Cars.
Welcome back to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. And Sheriff, of course, Special Olympics Torch Run is very close to the hearts of many at the Sheriff's Office, particularly some of our own who know firsthand the importance.
Yeah, Mike Wallace, our lieutenant, his family, his daughter is an Olympic athlete, and Mike is devoted to her and to the cause. That's how engaged Mike is, and how important it is to our community to support those kids that have intellectual disabilities.
Yes, absolutely. And then hearing from Cecka Rose Green about all of the work that the Children's Services Council is doing and the importance of parents staying engaged.
Yeah, we've got to make sure that we keep this council going. It's making an impact. I can see that we're getting kids in a better space, and I hope that every citizen out there continues to support. This is something you all voted for. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, and to parents out there, now's the time to get those plans in order and make sure that you've got enriching things for your children to do.
Absolutely. Summer's on the way.
It is indeed. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us for another episode of Leon County Today. We'll see you back here next week.